Why did Ling Tianhou, who had always been known for protecting his disciples, react so calmly when he learned that the 12 sword eliminators had been schemed against by Tan Lang and Wang Lin, leaving only Chen Long, who was merely at the early ascendant stage, still alive? Not only did he not punish the two of them, but Tan Lang was even entrusted with an important task by Ling Tianhou. Later on, Wang Lin himself even became a supreme elder of the Great Luo Sword sect. One might have expected a dramatic scene of deep master-disciple affection to unfold on this old man. But in reality, he was merely someone willing to sacrifice his disciples to achieve his own goals. In the current anime storyline, Wang Lin has already taken the Immortal Emperor's Cave Abode token from Tan Lang and Zhou Yi. Although they summoned a second primordial spirit to pursue him, Wang Lin later used the tremendous suction force at the bottom of the abyss of the tide's end, together with his former nature, as a devourer of souls, to successfully devour the ancient thunder dragon. As for Tan Lang, Zhou Yi, and Chen Long, who had attempted to escape earlier, they were captured by the celestial cloud cultivation couple who arrived in time. Later at the bottom of the abyss of the tide's end, Wang Lin learned from the woman in the painting scroll that this lowest point was actually an entrance leading to the All-Heaven Star Domain. Although the place contained a terrifying suction force capable of destroying Nirvana Shatter cultivators, Wang Lin had spent 13 years adapting to this force and possessed the supreme treasure, Heaven-Defying Bead, allowing him to safely enter the All-Heaven Star Domain. At this moment, Wang Lin had already decided to leave. After all, if he stayed any longer, he would certainly face a joint pursuit by All-Seer Tian, Yunzi, Ling Tianhou, and the Blood Ancestor. However, these three major figures were not fools. Although the trial in the land of monster spirits had not yet ended, each of them had already sensed something was wrong. The All-Seer noticed that the imprint of the celestial slaughter art he had planted in Wang Lin's body had completely disappeared. Meanwhile, the Blood Ancestor, due to the bloodline connection with his biological daughter, Yaoji Shui, had felt uneasy for nearly 100 years. As for Ling Tianhou, the situation was even more obvious. Among the 12 sword eliminators, 9 of their life lamps had already gone out, while the remaining 3 flickered weakly. Thus the 3 of them reached an agreement and entered the land of monster spirits together. When the celestial cloud cultivation couple saw them arrive at the abyss of the tide's end, they returned Chen Long and Tan Lang to Ling Tianhou to avoid unnecessary conflict. According to the original novel, the terrified Chen Long immediately burst into tears the moment he saw his master Ling Tianhou, accusing Tan Lang as the true culprit behind the deaths of his fellow disciples. Ling Tianhou instantly erupted with killing intent and shouted angrily, "How dare you!" Yet Tan Lang calmly explained that trapping the 12 sword eliminators in the purple mist was merely to obtain the Immortal Emperor's Cave Abode token. Furthermore, he pointed out that the one who had truly killed their junior brothers was Wang Lin. Instead of seeking the real culprit, Chen Long was accusing him instead, an utterly ridiculous claim. When Chen Long attempted to continue arguing, Ling Tianhou suddenly stopped him and instead asked Tan Lang where the token had gone. After all, if Chen Long kept speaking, the truth would inevitably be exposed. Do you remember what Ling Tianhou once said to Tan Lang before the gate of the land of monster spirits opened? "You must do something for me. The gate of the land of monster spirits is about to open. I want you to enter with my 12 sword eliminators and protect them until they complete the task I assigned." That task was to search within the land of monster spirits for the Immortal Emperor's Cave Abode token. Later, the token was sucked into the abyss of the tide's end. To increase their chances, Ling Tianhou had given each of the 12 sword eliminators a strand of life-bound sword chi before they departed. The gate has opened. Enter immediately. Carry this sword chi of mine. It will serve as your life-saving divine ability. Thus, from the very beginning, Ling Tianhou's true goal had always been the Immortal Emperor token, while Tan Lang was the one executing the plan. Of course, it would be ideal if the 12 sword eliminators survived. But even if they didn't, as long as they obtained benefits within the land of monster spirits, it would still be acceptable. However, now Tan Lang had turned them into sacrifices used to summon the token. Yet the token itself had been taken by someone else. That was truly unacceptable. Later, Wang Lin entered the All-Heaven Star Domain through the bottom of the abyss of the tide's end, right before the eyes of these powerful figures. Without a supreme treasure and unfamiliar with the terrifying suction force, they could not follow directly. Therefore, Ling Tianhou All-Seer and the Blood Ancestor joined forces to tear open a spatial rift. They branded Tanlang with a mark and sent him through the rift as well. They chose Tanlang because the three of them were too powerful. The spatial rift simply could not allow them to pass through. Tanlang, however, was at ascendant great perfection, making him the perfect candidate. Moreover, he was capable of dealing with Wang Lin. Thus, in Ling Tianhou's eyes, the lives of the 12 Sword Eliminators were completely insignificant compared to the Immortal Emperor token. That was why he not only spared Tanlang after learning the truth, but even entrusted him with the mission of entering the All-Heaven Star Domain to capture Wang Lin. Later, when Wang Lin returned from the All-Heaven Star Domain, he had already stepped into the early Nirvana Insight stage of the second step. With his numerous heaven-defying treasures, he could even battle cultivators at the early Nirvana Cleanse stage. When he returned to the heaven-defying sect to explore the land of monster spirits again, Ling Tianhou, under the pretext of avenging the 12 Sword, Eliminators attempted to kill Wang Lin and seize the token. Under the mediation of the All-Seer, Wang Lin barely managed to withstand one strike from Ling Tianhou with all his strength. Only then did Ling Tianhou drop the matter. The most important reason was that in Ling Tianhou's eyes, Wang Lin had now reached a level of strength worthy of standing on equal footing with him. Later, when Wang Lin turned against the All-Seer after the latter devoured Bai Wei's extreme yin power, their battle naturally caught Ling Tianhou's attention. Ling Tianhou had always enjoyed opposing the All-Seer, and as the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. However, he could not openly help Wang Lin since it was an internal matter of the heaven-defying sect. Therefore, Ling Tianhou invited Wang Lin to join the Great Luo Sword sect. Believing that Ling Tianhou meant well, Wang Lin accepted and thus became a supreme elder of the Great Luo Sword sect. As for the All-Seer, he never truly fought Ling Tianhou seriously. After all, with his Heaven-Man decline, tribulation cultivation, suppressing Ling Tianhou, who was merely at the late Nirvana Cleanse stage, would have been effortless. The reason he allowed Wang Lin to leave was because even the All-Seer, who could calculate the secrets of heaven, could not deduce Ling Tianhou's true identity and motives. And the truth behind Ling Tianhou's identity was far more mysterious than anyone could have imagined. He was not simply the powerful leader of the Great Luo Sword sect, nor merely a cultivator standing near the peak of the cultivation world. In reality, Ling Tianhou was only a clone, an incarnation created from the servant of a terrifying existence known as the Old Man, Mi Sheng of the Nirvana Dust realm. His presence in this realm was not accidental. He had been sent here with a very specific purpose to quietly observe and monitor the All-Seer, a being who was far from ordinary himself. The All-Seer was, in fact, the artifact spirit of the realm compass, a mysterious object tied to the balance and structure of the entire realm. Thus, Ling Tianhou's role in the world was not merely that of a sect master or a powerful cultivator. He was a hidden watcher, a chess piece placed on the board by an even greater power. Many of his actions, including the way he treated disciples and manipulated events, were all part of a much larger game unfolding behind the scenes. And when we look back at everything that has happened, the harsh reality of the Renegade immortal world becomes even clearer. In this cultivation world, strength reigns supreme, and sentiment often holds little value. Disciples are frequently nothing more than tools, stepping stones, or even sacrifices used by their masters to pursue greater power and ambitions. Because of this cruel reality, figures like Ancestor Dun Tian or Zhou Yun stand out even more. These were masters who genuinely cared about their disciples and were willing to guide, protect, and support them with sincerity rather than exploitation. Such masters are incredibly rare. In a world where countless cultivators treat their disciples as disposable bait in the endless pursuit of power, the existence of teachers who truly value their disciples becomes something almost priceless. And perhaps that is one of the most tragic truths hidden within the story of Renegade Immortal in a world built upon. Cold calculations, genuine loyalty, and mentorship have become the rarest treasures of all. If you love this story, please consider supporting us through the donation link below. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the best and most immersive video. We truly appreciate you being here with us.